What's going on, Routers? My name is Charlie. If you're new here, I am a Sturgis local, and today we're at the Sturgis Buffalo Chip. It's 30 days away from the 85th annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. If you're coming to the Sturgis Buffalo Chip for the first time, or you've been here for 100 times, stay tuned to the end of this video for the pro tips. I'm going to show you how to camp at the Buffalo Chip. It's going to be a complete 101, everything you need to know. Stay tuned. The first thing you want to do is go to thebuffalochip.com and familiarize yourself with this website, because it's going to be your passage to greatness. It's going to be your map to the gold, if you will. Speaking of the map to the gold, what you want to do is go Info Maps. When you can pull up this info with the map, you can print this map. That way you know where you are at the Buffalo Chip. We'll pull this up real quick, and it's a blown up view. Okay, so likely if you're coming in for the first time, you're going to be coming in from the town of Sturgis. Why? Because you wanted to go and stop in the town before you did anything else, get your picture at the sign, whatever, and you came in on Highway 34. You're going to see this giant chip sign from very far out in the distance, and that's how you're going to know you're home. You're going to take that right, follow along the road, and the first area you're going to see is the Crossroads. So even if you do not have Buffalo Chip passes, you can still go out to the Buffalo Chip and have a lot of fun right here at the Crossroads event and this Big Engine Bar. At the Big Engine Bar, there is going to be some of the most beautiful women in the world from the International Bikini Team doing bike washes. They're going to also host the Wango Tango motorcycle show. They're going to host the Sportster Showdown, the Rats Rod Custom Show. There's an entire list. We'll go through the list of the daily events at what's going to be available there at the Crossroads in just a little while. Stay tuned. But they typically also have like the Ives Brother Wall of Death out here. They have motorcycle demos sometimes. They have vendors of different sorts. There's a lot going on out here. Plus the Freedom Field, which is a giant field full of American flags, giving recognition to those fallen veterans and the veterans just in general. So for those of you that did decide that you want to be part of the best party anywhere this year, you bought tickets and you're going to take... There are two gates, but primarily this west gate is the one that is used to check in for camping, especially if you have an RV. So from over here, we will get your tickets at the box office once you have your wristbands, because obviously you're staying for the entire week. You're going to come on in. As we drive along the road here, there is RV camping, and you can see along the map, it takes you back to dry RV way out in the back, and there's a bunch of dry RV all along the highway frontage back over here. As we come down into this little triangular area, this is a ride-in motorcycle tent in area only. And along with all of these areas in the green are all ride-in motorcycle tent camping only. Over here, we're going to have what looks like to be dry RV. In the far back, we have the cabins and the shower house. A shower house over here in the bottom. The south side has a shower house, and the north side also has a shower house. That north side shower house is going to be here behind the amphitheater. And make sure you realize there's this motorcycle as art building here. Bikini Beach is one of the hot spots here at the Buffalo Chip. It's going to be where all of the partying happens after the concert ends. So when the concert ends at the main amphitheater, the masses go towards Bikini Beach. Unless you're a super young person and you want to go up to the club and party with DJ Julio, all right, you're probably going to go to the beach. They will have a secondary band playing at the beach until 2 or longer in the morning, and people will be doing burnouts, and there will be stunts. And this year, we'll look at the lineup a little bit later as far as the daily event schedule. But Wednesday and Thursday, they're going to have the Concrete Cowboys there. If I was a betting man, Concrete Cowboys are going to be shutting down Bikini Beach, just burning it down this year. We'll see, okay? We'll have to see. I imagine they're going to make an appearance. They were there last year on Kid Rock Day. It was so sick! All right, this is just real quick how you can get the map, how you can familiarize yourself with where everything is at. You can print this map and you can have a couple copies on you in case one gets wet or whatever. If you've never been there before, I suggest you take a look at the map, watch the video in full. You'll have a great understanding of where everything's at and what you want to do. So let's go back. This is also a little map of Camp Zero. There's not much to the map. Really, there's like tent. You'll ride in on the road. There's a big bar right here. There's a big racetrack over here on the hill. And you can tent camp anywhere back in the back. What I want you to do is come back to thebuffalochip.com. We're going to events, all rally events, daily schedule is what I want you to go to. Okay, so here is your daily schedule, and it's going to be really the lifeline of the Buffalo Chip. The pro tip here is you need to read this daily schedule, make a plan for yourself in what you want to do for the day. There's so much happening at the Sturgis Buffalo Chip that you do not have to leave the property if you don't want to. And they have that designed like that, right? It's awesome. It's so much fun. It's an adult campground. So you can go out there and really do whatever you want to do out there. If you're thinking about coming out to the Buffalo Chip and you've never done it, take at least a day or two just to stay at the Buffalo Chip because there's so much going on. There's going to be motorcycle shows, there's going to be concerts, vendors, demo rides, all sorts. There's maybe even shooting machine guns. Maybe you want to go race on a racetrack. There's a lot to do out there. So come to this daily schedule, cruise through it, familiarize yourself with what's going on. Ooh, they just announced that they're going to have the 4x4 kind of thing out there, like a four-wheeling thing out there. And read through each thing and figure out what you want to go to, what you want to be part of. They are going to have the Ives Brothers Wall of Death at Crossroads. And then they're always going to list their main act. If you're not going to be at ZZ Top, where are you going to be at? Where are you going to be at on August 1st if you're not going to be at a ZZ Top, baby? Real quick, we're just going to run through the main acts of the Buffalo Chip because you may be wondering who's going to be playing at the Buffalo Chip this year. So let's talk about it. August 1st is going to be ZZ Top and Still Running. Saturday, August 2nd. We're going in bare knuckle fighting. It's going to be wild, okay? There's also the Schools Out Chopper show that day. Beers and Burp Contest, Ives Brothers Wall of Death, Helitrack Time Trials, all sorts of stuff. Beast Cornhole Tournament at Camp Zero, sick. Schools Out Chopper show. Frozen T-Shirt Contest, Whipped Cream Twister, Dick Pictionary, Content Creator Hangout. I will be at the Content Creator Hangout. If you guys want to meet me, come check me out at the Content Creator Hangout. Looks like it's going to be on Saturday the 2nd from 4 to 6 p.m. Definitely go check out the Motorcycle as Art Exposition. Sunday, August 3rd. Still saying to be determined. Saliva and Gene Simmons Band. I'm really excited to see Gene Simmons. I would love to see Kiss more than just Gene Simmons, but I'm super excited to see the Gene Simmons Band. August 4th, I'm not going to go through every single one of these things because it's going to take me forever. It's going to be Citizen Soldier and Five Finger Death Punch. Tuesday, August 5th, Buck Cherry, Jason Aldean. Wednesday, August 6th, Josh Ross and Nickelback. Thursday, August 7th, Marilyn Manson, Still Got an Opener. Friday, August 8th, Hinder, Stone Temple Pilots, still announcing an opener. Jeez. Saturday, August 9th, still announcing two openers. And Pop Evil. Pop Evil crushed it the last time I saw him out here at the Buffalo Chip. So go to your events daily schedule, and that's where you can find the daily schedule events. And over here on this side, it will tell you where it's going to be at, the location. You can sort it by the Big Engine Bar. You could sort it by Bikini Beach. You could sort it by Camp Zero. This will tell you everything that's going on and what time it's going to be happening. Every concert ticket includes camping at the Buffalo Chip. All you got to do is show up with a camp roll, and you don't even have to have a tent. Throw your camp roll on the ground, on your motorcycle, camp rule. That's it. Show up, you're ready to party, and you don't have to leave. They have a little showering station there for you. So pro tip on the showering station, bring your own toiletries. You need your own shampoos. You need your own soaps. You need to bring your shower shoes if you want them. I would recommend them, even though I've never used them. The thing about the Buffalo Chip is you're not going to be able to bring in your own alcohol, food, or water. You're going to have to buy those things there. If you're coming in an RV, you cannot bring in your own alcohol. They will search the RV and you have to buy your alcohol there. So consider that before you come. Don't come loaded down with all your own booze. If you're thinking about doing a VIP upgrade, I would consider this year to be the year. It is going to be absolutely packed. Last year at Kid Rock was crazy. I've never seen the crowd like that. It was all the way past the bathroom buildings, past the fence, and people were sitting in lawn chairs all the way past the fence. Absolutely crazy. So if what you get with the VIP upgrades is they do have like a little area that is roped off that gets you closer to the stage, and there's also a top shelf one where you get to go on this elevated platform and it's directly in front of the stage, and it is really a beautiful spot in the house. I got to go up for a little while last year, and I can say that it was on a good night, it would definitely be worth having the best seats in the house. So if you're going to do it, this might be the year to do it because the crowd's going to be insane. So let's real quick talk about the concerts and the crowd. Here's a great picture of what the crowd looks like. If this is your first time to the Buffalo Chip, this is some things to consider. Bring earplugs. Okay, if you don't have earplugs, it's going to be very hard to sleep, especially if you choose the wrong campsite. Number 2 is if you're an older person, maybe you're really trying to get the last out of your rallies, or you're just getting older in general, and you think you're going to bring a chair to sit down at this crowd, don't get upset with young people when they come and stand directly in front of you and you're sitting down and you want them to move because you can't see. That's not going to fly. Old people are going to come sit in this area of the crowd with chairs, and then they're going to get mad with young people when they fill it in and seriously get nut to butt on them, and then they can't see anything. It's like, hey, look, if you want to bring a camp chair, bring it all the way in the back and watch it from afar, because you're really asking to get into an argument or just get ignored by some young people. I saw that so many times last year. So that's a pro tip for you guys. If you're an older person, you want to see the concert, I love you guys, just sit in the back. Real quick, I'll talk to you about the camping situation. If you're going to do a ride-in tent camping situation, I have been staying down here on this bend for the last couple of years, which gets me far enough away from Bikini Beach that I don't hear it at night as long as I have my earplugs. But it is first come, first serve, so you never know. Last year, there was a stripper dancer pole area right here, and they were up all night long, all the way until the sunrise, which I enjoyed one night, all the way until the sunrise. Any of these green areas you can ride your motorcycle into and camp at. Just remember to bring earplugs. Yeah, so that's the thing. If you're a tent camper, you need to think about having a tent. You need to have I personally have like a Cabela's self-inflating air mat that gets me off the ground. I recommend those highly. That way you don't have to deal with a pump or any kind of electronics or even mechanical pump. You just let it fill up a little bit, and then if you need a little extra, you can blow right into it. So it's pretty easy. And then, of course, you need your pillows. What you're going to need to expect here at the Buffalo Chip, always expect it to rain a couple of times. Definitely, it's possible for it to hail. It's hailed several times already this summer. I would not be surprised if it hailed. I wouldn't be surprised if it rained. And I wouldn't be surprised if the nights drop down into cool temperatures. Okay, it hasn't been extremely hot yet this summer, so it is still dropping down into cool evening temperatures. So bring sweatshirts or multiple layers. If you're somebody who needs layers to sleep, bring extra blankets, because there is at least going to be one night where it gets cool. Real quick, I'll bring that back for you. You want to go info maps. That's how you're going to find the map. If you go to events all of rally events or daily schedule will give you everything that's happening at the Buffalo Chip. The rally, all rally events will have everything for the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. They have custom bike shows. Everything you need to know is right here on this website, and they do a really good job. It's very navigatable, and they have anything from history to a lot of info and cool pictures. So if you have any questions, come over here. Here is their information. They have their address right here, their office hours, and their phone number. If you need anything, you guys can call them. You know the address right here. Comment below if I'm going to see you at the Buffalo Chip for the 85th Motorcycle Rally. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do me a favor, hit that like button if you're still watching. If you found anything useful in this video, it really helps the videos and it helps the channel grow. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you see me out there at the 85th, please come up and say hello. Let's get a little video and let's get you in. Let's go, baby! Sturgis 85! If it's your first time coming out to the Buffalo Chip, if you're coming from Sturgis, you're going to come in, you're going to see this big, giant metal buffalo that says Chip in it. And that's how you're going to know you're home. Welcome home, everybody. You've made it. Just past the giant buffalo that says Chip, you'll see the big engine bar. You're officially home. If you came from the Fort Meade Byway off of the interstate and you didn't go through the town of Sturgis because you wanted to miss that kind of traffic, you're going to come with your RV or your motorcycle and tent, and you're going to come right down this entrance right here. If you have an RV, I do believe you have to come through this entrance. But this is the busiest entrance, or the most popular entrance, I should say, to come and get your Buffalo Chip tickets. So no matter what, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to get here, you're going to park, and you're going to go get your wristbands, because obviously you're staying for the week and you're camping at the Buffalo Chip because it is the best party anywhere. Don't get it twisted, okay? So once you have your tickets and your RV's been inspected, if you don't have an RV, you're on your motorcycle, you're about to ride in like this. Boom, baby. Now you're in the legendary Sturgis Buffalo Chip. On the left here, this is RV camping. Back beyond it, there's a field where I do believe it's okay to go tent camping. I've never personally tent camped back there, but I will take you back in that area in just a little while. The famous water tower that was struck by lightning during the Kid Rock concert is getting a new fresh coat of paint right now. It's getting a facelift. A fancy blue. Alright, so right here, there's going to be shower houses. You can pay for like a VIP shower or an upgraded shower experience, and there's porta potties and everything. They're also going to be selling beer out of that little shack. And this is all RV parking. As you can see, electrified RV parking. Starting in this little section, this is free open to camp. Free open to camp on my left and right, okay? All the way until you see the power boxes. That starts the RV section again. So maybe a little ways. I see a lot of campers right here typically. And then this little section right here is going to be the kidney that will be motorcycle ride-in parking only. Only tent camping for motorcycle riders right here. And it'll have these large blocks where the grass is missing. And that'll be for protection, because usually they let stunt riders and people do stunts, as you can see, the rubber on the ground and the holes. And then back to RV camping. Now, over here, beyond the wood, they have kind of like a glamping. You can rent glamping units. But on this side of the river, this is all walk-in tent camping as well. So if you want to be really close to the Bikini Beach action, pick something there that's very, very close, that you don't have to walk very far. But if you want something with a little bit more seclusion, that little area right back there is really, really nice. And you can see how much shade it has already. Let's just go walk back there real quick. So this is a walk-in, ride-in, tent camping only. And you can see how much shade is back in here and just how nice it is. You're not that far away from Bikini Beach though. So you got to think about how far, how long the sound travels. And I've never personally stayed in this little alcove, but I've always kind of had my eye on it because of how shady it is. It's hot in August, y'all. So you really want to make sure that you have a spot with a little bit of coverage. If there's a hailstorm, it would be nice to be underneath of these trees and let the trees take most of the damage. So it's always something I think about. So let's keep on moving. I'll show you where I've stayed for the last couple of years in a row over here, and it's been my go-to. And I don't know if I'm going to stay there this year or not. I may be staying at Camp Zero with my boy Checkered Pass. If you don't know Checkered Pass, go check out his channel, at least his Instagram. Alright, so on the right, this is all going to be RVs. This will be filled with RVs over here. And then this is all RVs as well, where the tall grass is. Beyond the tall grass over there, that's again all that walk-in, ride-in, tent camping only. Over here, there's a little bit of a mixture of just open, dry RV campsites or just camping sites. This is the motorcycle only ride-in site where I have been staying. I've been staying roundabouts around that tree, and that is an ash tree. Beautiful little ash tree. That's basically where I've been staying. If you guys are interested in this little area, it's far enough away from Bikini Beach that as long as you bring earplugs, you can usually get a good night's sleep. However, last year there was the stripper stage right over here by these buildings, and that was bumping like all night long. So it really was getting to me over here. So what I'm saying here, guys, is it's first come, first serve out here, especially for the ride-in tent camping only. And it depends on who, like what your neighbors are doing, how rowdy they are, how loud they are, is going to be dependent on how comfortable your sleeping is. So over here, this is all electrified RV sites. If you come up the road here, little cabins that they have for rent, I'm sure they're going to be completely sold out this year. And this is the, I'll figure out what side, shower house right here. This is the shower house that I was using when I was camping over here. They have showers, laundry, both male, female, toilets. The thing about the showers is, guys, in the very early mornings, a lot of people are waking up trying to use number 2, and there's usually a line. So either think about going earlier, as early as you can, or be ready to sit in the line. Don't wait until you have an emergency, because likely early in the mornings you're gonna wait in the line right there. Other than that, great little shower house. There's another shower house on the other side of the property I will show you guys. From this area, I'll show you how you typically get back to the concert venue and to the other spots of the route, or the other spots of the Buffalo Chip. If we fly up here to the end of the road and we take a right, it'll take us out into that direction. Wow, that field, I don't know if it looks flat. I don't know what they're doing out there, but if we take this right, this is the exit to the campground. It'll take us out to the exit, and that'll be the road to get out back onto the county highway or to go to Camp Zero. If we take a left, unexpected escapades. That's cool. There's a little directional pole there with some fun stuff on it. This is going to bring us right back to Bikini Beach here. So from Bikini Beach, we're going to take this little wedge this time. Right on Main Street. So this is where we're going to be heading in to the main concert venue. I don't know what it's going to be like this year because it's the 85th and I almost said 75th. It'll be the 85th this year, and we do expect it to be absolutely insane. So on normal years, we can take our motorcycles and we can actually ride them into this concert venue. Not only can we ride into the concert venue, but they even let you ride up here onto the decks, which is just cool. I've never actually done that before. It's usually so busy up here that I don't. But you can bring your motorcycle anywhere over here, parked, watch your concert from over here, claim your spot for the night, and honestly, that might not be such a bad deal. The thing that the Buffalo Chip is kind of famous for, what it's really known for, you could say, is letting the motorcycles into the concert venue and they all rev the engines in approval of the band. And it's awesome. It gets rowdy sometimes. All right, head turn all the way around. My motorcycle instructor is so impressed right now. All right, so this is the concert venue. All of these little different sections are different bars. They're gonna have lots of food over here. There'll be a barbecue spot, a Domino's, a bunch of little food vendors over here. They'll be selling t-shirts and trinkets and who knows what else kind of different things in these little spots here with the roll-up doors. You can see they're building a venue there. There's another bar set up there. This is kind of like the main stage. You have a VIP section here. And if you're looking for a bathroom, there's bathrooms up that set of stairs, that blue hut. A lot of people don't realize that blue hut over there is also a set of bathrooms. And then on either side of the main stage here, they will have these porta potties there. And on the other side, there's more porta potties right over there. So over here, you're gonna have options for food. There'll be like a little speakeasy. I believe they serve steak and stuff in there. Here's like a little general store in here, camping supplies, whatever. Taco store that I usually get lots of taco from. I love the tacos out of there. They're basically just basic white people tacos, and they're great. So check out the Taco Chip. And then I haven't checked out the other ones, the Buffalo Grill or the Walk and Roll. Here we have the go-go dancing kind of club. And fun to come up and watch the go-go dancers. And they also have a DJ Julio, that is always in there until 2 in the morning or longer. And of course, this over here is the main Buffalo Chip stage, the Wolfman Jack stage, where it all started long ago with just a keg and a field and a couple of people partying, man. So how cool is it? If you guys are interested in coming in and doing the VIP area, this would be the upgraded area. They'll have this kind of cordoned off. Basically from here towards the stage is that upgraded area, and then farther back is going to be just everybody general access. And that's like the super VIP area. Of course, you'll have all your beautiful bartenders over here slanging drinks. So what else do we need to know about the Buffalo Chip? there are a couple of more things. Over here we have the Rat's Hole Bar, and it connects into this building that has the motorcycles as art exhibit. And then there's more art back there. Looks like a guy is making some content back over there. And this is a really cool building in here. I never knew about it for the first several years that I was in here, and I went in it last year. There's beautiful, beautiful custom-made choppers and motorcycles in here. You should give it a check. So right behind that building, this is the other bathhouse. So you have full bathrooms, water for showers, and everything else that you might need. There's another little pond back here, and more camping. So back in here, you got a couple little cabins, couple little RVs. This area connects over here to this area. God, should I get crazy with it right now? Harley on the grass, oh my God, oh, go no the clippings, dude. Yeah, right. All right, so this is all RV electrified spots. But I do believe that over there, back over yonder, there's more just free camping, dry camping, and they have that. I do believe it's for a dry RV or even tents, doesn't matter. I believe tents are allowed pretty much anywhere out here. But there are certain sections that are ride-in motorcycle tent camping only. I've already pointed those out over there by Bikini Beach. So what you guys want to do is check out the Buffalo Chip website. So now that we've already kind of gone around the property, we're going to go back to my house and get on my computer, and we're going to check out the website, and I'll show you how to navigate the website so you can see the daily schedule, and also you can navigate the map to the property, so you'll know where you're at and how to get around, which bathroom. That is another little bathroom house right there, right across from Bikini Beach. Apparently we're just redoing the road out here. Oh my goodness, she was a little loose, but oh my God. We almost dumped her down. So as you guys can see, better get some shots of that. All right, so I'm going to get some shots of this guy spraying the Buffalo Chip sign. Some services out here you should know about. You can rent your own private porta potty if you would like, and they will deliver it to your site, and you don't have to share your same pisser with everybody. That's kind of nice, especially when you look at how much volume goes through some of these things, and it's just impossible to keep them all clean. I know they do a great job at doing that, but it's just impossible to keep them all clean, especially this year here. It's going to be insane, guys. There's going to be so many people out here that it will be way too hard for them to keep everything clean. All right, so let me back up real quick. Once you have your tickets, you are free to roam around any part of the campground. If you are coming out here because you just want to check the Buffalo Chip out, this whole entire area from the ticket box all the way back to the road is free. They typically have the wall of the Ives Brothers Wall of Death right here. They'll typically have they have all sorts of motorcycle shows. They'll have the Wango Tango show, the Sportster Showdown show. They have the custom motorcycle show. Rat's Hole Motorcycle Show was here last year. There's all sorts of motorcycle shows that happen right here in this area. They will also have food here, and they have Fozzie's bike shop right over here with another garage that is open for if you need servicing on your motorcycle. This right here is called the Big Engine Bar. The Big Engine Bar hosts a number of different things. One of them is going to be the bar itself, but the other thing that it's going to host is the Bikini Bike Wash. The bikini bike wash will be set up right here in front of the big engine bar. And some of the most beautiful girls in the world that are on the international bikini team and they compete for Miss Buffalo Chip, they'll wash the bikes right here, and then you can hang out, have drinks, go check out the Sportster show and whatever else. So this little area usually has quite a lot. There will be a bunch of vendors too set up selling t-shirts and whatever else right here. So if you don't come into the Buffalo Chip, you don't want to pay for tickets, you can also come to this area and experience some of what the Buffalo Chip has to offer, some of the best motorcycle shows, and a really cool bar, plus see some of the most beautiful girls in the world wash your motorcycle. Now, before we leave the Buffalo Chip, we have one more area to see, and I'm glad I didn't forget about it. All right, and last but certainly not least on the Buffalo Chip property, a well-known but lesser-known gem is Camp Zero. Camp Zero over here has a full racetrack that you can go race your motorcycle out across, or any other machine that you wish to bring out here. If you guys didn't see the Grind Hard Plumbing Boys with all sorts of different types of machines they were ripping out there, and they do drag races down the street. Sasha Cycles rodeo games will be out here in this section. You are free to come out here and camp. It is dry camping for RVs or tents, meaning you don't have any amenities as far as electricity or water. It is just porta potty toilets, and that's it. There is this little bar right here. They have a giant male member shaped mechanical bull, if I could say it that way. Inside of there, they have a lot of rowdy people come over here and stay. They're up until wee hours of the morning, and it is a very, very fun section of the Buffalo Chip. So if you guys have not checked out Camp Zero over here, it is something to check out. There's going to be a lot of cool activities over it, and I'll go over the list of activities right now. So thank you guys so much for staying tuned until the end of the video. If you found any of this useful, hit that like button for me. It really helps my channel grow and get the video seen by more people. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. I've got a lot of Sturgis content coming. I got more informational videos about how you can plan your trip, how you can do the motorcycle rally, what to think about, certain things that you need to bring with you that you probably haven't thought about. Definitely stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys all. I love you. I'll see you next time.